Facebook and YouTube world. What is going on? It is Courtney Reese, and welcome back to another episode of America. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to talk about a lot of things in this video. First and foremost, the controversy with Roseanne and with Samantha Bee. If you don't know, Roseanne was star of this hit TV show that came out in the 80s and lasted until the 90s called, Roseanne. It was revived this past March to rave reviews, and ABC had renewed it just, I think, after its first episode. Well, she was in the news, and like I said, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because I'm pretty sure everybody heard the news, calling a former aide under President Obama's administration, Valerie Jarrett, pretty much called her an ape, and it didn't go too well. She apologized, claiming that it was a joke, but apparently a lot of people didn't like that, including the president of ABC, who so happens to be a black woman, and her show was canceled right on the spot. Now, I don't have to give you my 2 cents about that because, a lot of people were saying that she was not she's not a racist, which to me is hilarious because I don't understand how a 60-plus-year-old woman would go on to, a website where she probably has tons and tons of followers and say something that jacked up. To call somebody an ape and, refer to her as being part of the Muslim Brotherhood, that's not funny. That's just a spit in the face to her. That's a spit in the face to, the things that she's done under President Obama, the things that she has done that was positive, and it's just not a good look. And it seems like this has become a big trend. Don't know why it's become a big trend, but to me, it's just ridiculous. I do applaud ABC, but I will say that this is actually a point that I remember hearing on D.L. Hughley's radio show, that they knew how Roseanne was. I mean, literally before the show premiered, she was already under scrutiny and under a bit of controversy for a photo shoot she did in which she wore Nazi memorabilia, basically had the Nazi mustache and everything like that, baking cookies and things like that. And, there comes a point in your time where you have to ask the question, why in the hell would you actually do that? Because, are you denying history? I don't really even have a rebuttal to it because it's just really sad that this is the rate this is what's happening in our country, is that we're starting to see more people be open about, racism. Had the lawyer Aaron Schlossberg a couple of weeks ago going to a New York cafe and just starts going on this tirade about Latinos and Mexicans and how they're not supposed to be here, and he's going to call ICE, and that got a lot of traction. And we've had these calls, actually even in my hometown of Memphis, of this woman calling the police on a gentleman who actually, if I'm correct, is a realtor and was checking a house that was literally right next door to the lady. She called police on this gentleman, and the police, God bless them, stating that he's just basically doing his job and literally telling the gentleman that if she ever does this again, let us know and we'll have her arrested. And she's basically arguing back and forth with the cop about that, which is really funny. Lady calling in Oakland lady calling the police on these people who are not doing anything wrong, just barbecuing in a park, which, she didn't like that, and so she calls the police on them, and the police, it's, it's, it's really funny that all of this is happening. It's mind-boggling that a bunch of this stuff is happening, and I just have to ask the question, when is it going to stop? When is it going to end? When are we as human beings going to have to realize that just because you don't like a person's skin tone means that you think that you are above them? And the world that we live in right now, I don't know. Like, a lot of people are really scared about how the world is turning. And then, of course, with all these stuff that's going on, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, decides to put out a music video, which is aptly titled "This Is America," and he talks about those issues and amongst other things, and just how powerful it is. And this is what we come to. This is what we've come to. I don't know. I don't know what I can say about the world that we live in. I can't say about the country that we live in. I have faith that we will become much better than what we have already been, but we become the talk now of other countries. A lot of people are afraid because they feel that under this administration, they don't care about anybody unless you're just a white man. Women's rights are being screwed. Black, Latino, other minorities' rights are being screwed over. And a lot of people have had enough. And in 2018, if this is the talk that, I felt that, with this being the 50th anniversary, this year marking the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's assassination, I don't know really how to feel, because you would think that after 50 years, maybe we would have gotten the message, but unfortunately, it doesn't feel like we have. It's not one of the videos that I want to talk about, but it feels like if this keeps happening, then I will. Because as a black man growing up, that grew up in the South and continues to live in the South, this is a situation that has to be talked about. I do not live in fear because my mother did not raise me to live in fear. My grandmother, my two aunts, they did not raise me to live in fear. I refuse to live in fear. I just hope that, we can figure something out, because I just feel like there's just, as our country, we're just going down and down and down on so many things, and we have to just become more positive, more uplifting, and we got to figure out the root of our problems. And if we don't, then I don't know how we can succeed as a nation. I really don't. Well, enough about that. I'm going to go ahead into some other things that I enjoy within this last month. A lot of movies have come out. I've seen a bunch of them. I didn't do a review on them, but I've seen Blockers, A Quiet Place. Those two I enjoyed immensely. Seen Red Sparrow. I've seen the new Avengers Infinity War, which I think everybody, there's been so many memes regarding this movie. It's unbelievable. I've seen Deadpool 2. I'm probably going to go ahead and see the new Solo, a Star Wars story. I've heard, yes, no. So I'm just going to allow my own opinions about that movie when I go and check it out. I'm also going to go and check out this movie called Upgrade, which is written and directed by Leigh Whannell, the same guy who was one of the co-writers of Saw, the Saw series. It's also produced by Jason Blum and his Blumhouse Productions. I've heard wonderful things about the movie, so hopefully it'll be enjoyable. I'm debating if I'm going to go see Action Point. I heard that movie sucked, which is kind of funny. I liked Jackass growing up, and I heard that this movie was co-written by Mike Judge, so I thought maybe, just maybe, it might have been pretty good, but I haven't heard any good things about it, so who knows. I still might eventually go check that out. So yeah, there's a lot of good movies coming out this month. I know Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom will be out at the pretty much close to the end of this month. So if you liked this video, please leave a comment in the description box down below. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button again. Hit the bell. That way you can get all of the videos that I post. I know that there's been some problems with YouTube, so that's why I'm also going to send you a link, because I know many people have Facebook, even though they don't trust Facebook as much now after the whole situation that happened earlier this year. But I will send you also a link to my channel, which has all the videos that I've posted thus far onto this channel. It will be in the description box below, so you can check out the videos on Facebook. I hope you guys share either on Facebook or share on YouTube. This channel has always been a dream of mine. It's always been about positivity, and so I want to continue to bring that to the table. Entertainment, social issues, whatever I can possibly do, that's what this channel has always been about. So in closing, this is Courtney Reese reminding everyone to love one another, and no matter what life may bring you, never forget, be wise, be inspired, be intelligent, but most importantly, be you. It's good to be back.